and welcome to episode 138 of Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Brownie.
Come on, with that unleveled bout of enthusiasm, you can do better than... I'm Brownie.
And I'm Brownie. Oh,
Yeah,
is that
right.
the wrong emotion you wanted?
No, it's I'm brown.
If you can tell me the person who wrote that song, I'll give you $1.
Vanilla Ice.
Nope.
I don't even have a guess, so.
Harold Faltermeyer.
Who?
Wait, isn't that the Crazy Frogs?
That is a cover. So that is the theme song to Beverly Hills Cop that was written by Harold Faltermeyer.
No way! And then they turned it into that ridiculous frog song?
Yep. The song's called
Oh.
Axel F, which is Axel Foley is the name of the cop in Beverly Hills Cop.
I have
Hi, Cam. Hi, Dave.
I
Hi,
have
Swanky.
a microscopic, super funny tangent.
Oh, Ryan's here too.
I'm absolutely addicted to Seinfeld, right? That today, George was going through people for his wife who died, her foundation, looking at scholarships, and he's like, this person has a 4.0 and makes him feel like crap, and this other person is the leader of the chess club. So he's like, you got to give me something to work on here. He's like, what's your favorite animal? Quick. And the kid's like, frog. And he goes, frog? You can do better than frog. Wrong animal. Next. That just made me laugh.
Does this belong in the front or does it belong off to the side? Like,
What? It was festive in
There.
the front.
Should I Google the proper way to wear a Santa's
I
hat?
think that looks better than what it was. Like, it's like when, like, the hair in the eye was the thing, drives me nuts.
I liked it. Let me live my life. You don't eat walnuts. I like the ball in front.
Do you like the ball in the front?
Kara.
Okay, you guys, I'm pulling up how to wear a Santa hat.
All right, Chris, walk me through it.
Oh, there, this is how to look good. So it says wear it loose.
That is not possible for Jeremy.
That's about as tight as possible. All right, Kara, do you know what a Gibson tuck is?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. It's apparently some sort of thing to do with your hair. I accidentally stumbled across how to style your hair under a Santa's hat, apparently.
I'm sure if I saw a picture of it, I'd be like, oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Really relevant to to Jeremy, how to style your hair under a Santa.
All that hair Jeremy's hiding underneath here. Really, this whole time he's wearing a bald cap. He actually has a luscious head of hair.
That's actually true.
How to style a Santa hat?
Just Google Santa.
Okay, so we're gonna go whatever the very first image is of Santa is what we're gonna go with his canonical hat wear. Is that the choice?
Yeah, Santa hat. Yeah.
What movie is this from? Come in, Santa.
Okay, so the very first, so we wanted the first picture of Santa Claus or the first picture of somebody in a Santa hat? Because
First
this
picture
one's
is somebody in a Santa hat.
hold on, I gotta do a fucking screen share.
That's what I meant, not
Main
Jingle All the
character.
Way. Tim Allen,
Okay, so
please.
for those of you who can see the hold on, I gotta. Whoops. Oh gosh.
It is got some swagger off to the side.
I told you it's off to the side and not in front of your
Look how long that is.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
So is that the one you want to go with? I don't know what I did.
No, not that one. Keep going down. The first, like, see any of those people.
So
are
the
all
first
off to the
actual
side.
Santa one is just off to the side.
Yeah, like I
But
told
it's
you.
back. It's off to the side, and then like what would be behind the shoulder. So I think a little bit further back than that, Jeremy. Something like that.
Boom.
We got to do what looks good on camera. Can you get me that
why
Santa
are you
hat
on
in the lower
camera
right?
then? What?
I want that Santa hat in the lower right.
Hold on. Which lower right?
Like the party hat one?
Yeah.
The one with
Looks
the
like a
angry man.
The one, well, I can't see his face.
Oh, you want this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right up my alley. Make my normally large head look even bigger. So it's the holiday season, okay? And after Kara stops picking on me for how I wear my hat, I found out today that Kara doesn't like nuts in her baked goods. Okay?
Ew. Ew, I'm
And-
sorry.
Chris,
That's
surprisingly.
my hot take. Nuts don't belong in baked goods.
Why not?
They're gross.
They're not gross. Okay, so I have a thing, and I think I've told you all to do it before. If you
Lick a
drink
battery?
coffee, If you drink black coffee, raise your hand. And if you like walnuts, raise your hand. What I want you to do is take and eat 2 to 3 walnuts, then take a sip of black coffee. It tastes completely different, okay? It has an earthy, warm, like oily, delicious tasting. Do you know how
Do you know why?
Do you know how coffee smells?
Because that's what walnuts taste like.
No, everybody likes the way coffee smells, right? Everybody, like a lot of people do.
Did you know you use coffee to cleanse your olfactory palate?
Between wine?
Perfumes and stuff?
Yes, I knew that. Anyways, you just ruined my train of thought. People don't like the way that coffee tastes. Some people don't, but they like the way that it smells, right? If you eat walnuts, then take a sip of coffee, it tastes like it smells, and it's absolutely amazing. So anyways, it bothered me. I can't believe, and so then I said, Kara, when was the last time you tried walnuts? And she goes, recently. Audience, please type in, what do you consider recent?
When it comes to foods, this is what I consider.
I'm thinking 3 months. Chris, you're saying?
I said 6 months or sooner.
6 months or sooner. Kara, what's recent to you?
When it comes to nuts, I said a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's not recent. That is not recent.
Yes, it is. Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to foods I don't like, I don't need to try them every single year to determine whether or not I like it. So when I say 2 years, in 2 years, I'm not going to change my mind about a walnut. I'm 33 years old. I know I don't like walnuts. My taste buds aren't going to change.
No, they will. Okay, let's...
Hold on. So Swanky said recently means within the past week.
Ooh, I like Swanky. That's why I love Swanky. Okay, I've got it. I've got Kara to admit she likes nuts and baked goods. Here we go. Kara, would you eat a brownie with caramel and nuts on top?
No.
Okay. Let's reduce the chocolate content by just a little bit. Kara, would you eat a turtle, which is chocolate, caramel, and pecans?
If that is literally the only chocolate to eat, I would eat it.
So you would eat a turtle, which is basically a modified brownie.
It's not a baked good. It's literally chocolate. It doesn't have flour, eggs, all the things that make up a baked good, make them fluffy. Here's the thing. When I eat a baked good, I either want a cookie, which is soft and a little doughy. That's how it should be. It shouldn't have like this weird, like all of a sudden you hit a nut. It's like, no. Brownies supposed to be soft or fudgy. I don't want to hit a nut in the middle of my soft fudginess.
Kara, no. So it's a texture thing, not a taste thing.
It's a taste thing too. Why would you ruin?
Do you like cosmic brownies with the nerds on top?
I've never had one.
They're Little Debbie's staple
That's a classic
Okay, here's the thing. Growing up, we didn't do Little Debbie's. My mom made homemade brownies.
Oh my, Kara's too bougie for Little Debbie's. She's too bougie. I see how it is, Kara.
Sorry, your mom didn't treat you like my mom treated me.
Yeah, Swanky said that whole spiel about nuts and stuff sounded real dirty.
I on my own accord took my hard-earned money, went to the gas station and bought Little Okay, Chris, what
did you say? Little Caesars?
Yes, he did.
Little Debbie. What is
the secret Little Caesars Freudian slip?
What is the Little Debbie current price for a box of Nutty Bars?
A box of them, probably like $4.
It's $3.99, I think.
So, do you want me to actually check?
It's either $2.99 or $3.99.
It's not $2.99.
Then it's $3.99.
Here's the other thing, Jeremy.
Because I was trying to get some Christmas trees.
You grew up close to a gas station.
Okay.
I grew up 6 or 7 miles out in the country.
It builds character.
I'm not going to go and just take my little bike and okay, when I used to run that as an adult, you told me it was too dangerous for me to be running that as an adult. So little 12, 13-year-old me with my hard-earned allowance, I'm not going to go biking into town.
Kara probably bought a lawnmower, so it was easier to cut the grass with your allowance.
Cam says they're $4.59 up where he's at.
Dang. Who would pay that for a Little Debbie? That's too much money.
Well, you've seen how much a McChicken is now.
Yeah, they're $3.
McDouble.
That's so.
I'm never getting those things for $1. I used to go and get a McDouble, a McChicken, and a fry, and it'd be like $3 plus tax.
$3.21
for a Nutty Buddy. It was 25 cents, and 6 of them come in a box. So it would be $1.50 if you bought them separately. And if you got them in the box, they used to be $1.19. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're $4.59 where Cam lives now.
Yep.
That's really sad.
Yep. Inflation, yo.
Anyways, I
Just make your own brownies.
well, I put nuts in them.
You.
I can't believe you don't like nuts in them.
No, I have always hated nuts.
Peanut brittle.
brownies. Okay, peanut brittle's different. Also not a baked good.
I think this peanut brittle might be baked.
It's literally baked in an oven.
Peanut brittle?
Yes.
It's not like honeycomb where
No.
you let it dry.
No, it's baked.
But okay, but that's also a different texture too. Like I'm not going through peanut brittle like soft crunch. It's crunch, 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 crunch the whole entire time. And there's peanuts in it, which I admitted I like peanuts. It's not cashews or walnuts or anything like that.
I'm sad you hate walnuts. Walnuts are one of my favorite nuts. And then
Pistachios, almonds,
pecans,
and
amazing.
pistachios, almonds, peanuts. Yep.
Oh,
You like,
peanut brittle is not baked.
See? Good Lord.
Why would you admit that on air, Chris?
Well, I just so people don't think that I'm being intentionally oblivious to how peanut brittle is prepared. I just read how it was made, and it sounds like a pain in the butt. Why would I even ever make peanut brittle?
It's a lot of like cooking it on the stove, isn't it?
Yeah, so you have to get like the amount of precision. They're like, you need to use a food thermometer and get it exactly to 238 degrees,
Yep.
and then you have like 2 minutes to work it to whatever.
I want to talk about something really funny. Chris, what search engine did you just use to look up what a Santa hat looks like?
$10 says it's Google.
Ask Jeeves.
Okay.
Oh.
So Chris used Ask Jeeves. He's being facetious. Chris used Ask Google Jeeves, okay, on how to wear a Santa hat.
Yep.
If only there was some evidence on how to wear one right in front of us this whole time.
Hold on, you're gonna trust a stormtrooper on how to aim a Santa hat?
Boy, he's wearing it
He's
right.
not wearing in front. He's wearing it off to the side.
Yeah,
Why did you
have to angle it out to the side of
Because
your dome.
I think it plays better on.
It looks ridiculous.
It's my hat.
I'm your wife.
It is my hat, and I want it to look like this.
It looks ridiculous.
Maybe it does look a little ridiculous.
Wifey's always right.
Ryan said you're a boomer.
Wait, me or Jeremy?
Jeremy for complaining about Little Debbie prices. Swanky said, you know what's funny? McDonald's had all those ads about how their beef and chicken are from the U.S., but as soon as the global shipping supply broke, they had to raise their prices to cover low supply.
Surprise, surprise.
And then Cam said, it's easier than it sounds to make peanut brittle. I will gladly endorse anybody who wants to make peanut brittle. I'm not going to do it because I too many. I have no part of a double boiler, much less both parts of the double boiler.
I enjoy cooking and baking. I enjoy baking mostly. Cooking's all right, but I enjoy baking. So
I want to do a shout out to Cam really quick. So Cam, last week after the podcast, we went home to try to stream. I can't believe I've been down that long without my computer.
dang,
And
yeah.
I'm sitting there playing this game that shall not be named because it's really embarrassing. Kara, don't rat out my secrets.
I didn't hear what she said.
No, Kara, stop it. We'll dangle it as a carrot. Fine, I was playing a house remodeling game. Okay,
You got to play that game in real life here.
I know. But the game, you get the same satisfaction, just a lot easier.
a lot quicker. Less money.
Seriously, the sledgehammer, you hit the wall and then the stuff just is gone. It's
Like,
amazing.
no cleanup, it just disappears.
Then you can roll and the roller, you upgrade your paint roller and it like never runs out anyways. So my computer went whoobloosh and it crashed, right? I was really sad. So Cam had called me up and like tried to help me walk through it. Cam, I borrowed my coworker's computer. This is like a $4,000 rig, okay? He's got the same processor as me. He's got a brand new 3080 sitting in there, an RTX 3080, okay? I'm gonna play swappy with computer parts to figure out what went wrong. So I can check my graphics card now. I can check my processor. I can check, basically the only thing I can't check is just the motherboard. By process of elimination, I can figure out if it's my motherboard. And I'm super happy because my graphics card has a 3-year warranty and my CPU has a 3-year warranty. So if it's one of those two, I can get it under warranty. But the motherboard is only a year. So if I have to get a new motherboard, so be
Your
it.
computer's not a year old yet, is it?
I built it May of 2020.
Oh, really? Is that old already?
Yep. And it's even
Time to upgrade.
If it makes you want it more disgusted, I paid $650 full price from Best Buy for my graphics card because there wasn't a shortage in May of 2020. And
We
now
paid
those things,
more than that for a used one for mine.
I know. And I like had the eBay hunt to get that thing. And then, who wants to hear an eBay story?
Not me.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Edwin.
So we did not get the $800 AT-AT. I cannot afford it in any realm of the capacity at all. I cannot afford this AT-AT, although I want it. But anyway, so they gave away Luke's lightsaber. Now, when we bought the Cantina, what did we get?
Yoda's lightsaber.
Correct.
That's right.
We got Yoda's lightsaber, okay? So in this one, they're giving away Luke. So I thought, well, I'll just see if I can win one. Now, the average price on eBay was about $130.
For Luke's lightsaber?
For Luke's lightsaber. So I was bidding on one. And at this point, it was like $75. I put a week in it, or a $75 bid in, and it had like 6 days left. Well, some guy had the patience of a dung beetle, and he starts bidding on it. We get into a bidding war with like 4 days left, okay? Now, this never happens. There's tons of them. Buy it now for $130, okay? So
Hold on 1 second. So first time chat from Finn Germ Yas.
Hello.
They said, love the podcast and all with no offense, but you look like the mean evil guy from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
do you know who, I don't want to give Kara any more ammo, but at work, do you know who they call me?
Who?
One person only calls me the villain from the Smurfs.
Oh, Gargamel?
Gargamel. He says I look just like Gargamel.
Do you know who they used to call me at Wendy's?
Please tell me the evil person from the Smurfs.
No.
Garga female.
No. The elf that wants to be a dentist from
That's so
Rudolph.
cute.
When I started hygiene school, when I worked at Wendy's, that's who they called me.
That's actually flattering.
Yep.
If you ask me.
Yep. So now I forget his name, but now whenever
We just watched it.
part of it, I know, and he's got a weird name.
Sorry, what did you just watch?
The elf that wants to be a dentist from Rudolph.
Oh, what is his name? I got the internet.
It's something weird. Not
Anyways,
weird, different, unique.
back to eBay. So I quit the bidding
Hermie.
war. Hermie.
Yeah. They used to call me Hermie.
I quit the bidding, okay, with like 3 days left. I got out of the bidding war. And then the final night, I was feeling a little bit feisty. Now, I actually did not really want to spend the money on this, but I bid somebody up. I bid him up. I bid him up, and I bid him up, and oh, did it feel good, because I have been the person that has wanted those items, and somebody has bid me up. So I bid him up, and so I was like, 135, he'd go to 137, 138, he'd go to 139. I'd keep bidding
What
him
if
up.
you got stuck?
Well, then I would have had a sweet lightsaber, and then I would have been
And
happy.
me looking at you like, why the fork nuggets would you have purchased Luke's lightsaber for $150?
Why wouldn't you with Luke's
Because
lightsaber?
it's $650 cheaper than the whole set.
Actually, yeah, right. You just bid it all the way up. It's actually Anakin's lightsaber, but
Luke had it too, didn't
Well,
he?
isn't it actually a lightsaber he got after his was destroyed on Geonosis?
yes.
So
I'm assuming he built it.
he
And it
didn't
was
even
past-
necessarily build that one.
Well, we just call it the Youngling Slayer 3000.
Which was then passed down to Luke.
Your father
then
used to use
passed
this
down-
in the Clone Wars.
Didn't Rey end up getting that same one? Yeah.
Yep, and then it got torn in half, and then she put it back together.
No.
What?
So Finn, I'm just gonna call him Finn or her. Spent $4,000 on a custom lightsaber, and it was in pieces when I opened the box. No refund.
No!
That's devastating.
No, where'd you get it from? Or was
Oh
it like
my
what kind of
gosh.
saber was it?
I've
had,
heard
like, there's a few
horror
different
stories
cool-
about certain in the cosplay groups I'm a part of. I've heard some horror stories about some of the lightsaber companies.
To have a lightsaber that should have been of epic in proportions would be amazing.
$4,000.
We have a couple
Like,
ones
was
from
that
Disneyland.
fighting? Like, could you actually fight with
Saber
that?
Legion level.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick.
Do you know the amount of thwomping I could do to Kara with that thing? It would be glorious.
Is that really how I'd go, Jeremy? Would I thwomp you?
You'd probably end up thwomping me, and
Probably.
then I'd run away.
Poke
And Oliver
Chip
would
over
freak out.
all you want.
What?
You can poke Chip over all you want.
Oh yeah,
Poor
Oh, you're learning to walk, buddy? Donk.
teach him
poor
the right way.
Chip.
He said it was some guy off of TikTok, and his account was permanently banned.
Did you get your money
dang.
back?
Yeah, did you get your money back?
Like, was it a PayPal type thing where you can be like, hey, yo, give me my money back, yo?
That's crazy. Was
That's
it
devastating.
Gabe, Merry Christmas.
What?
Gabe, hi!
You're not
The
done
stream that
streaming.
keeps on giving. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
No, you're good.
Merry Christmas.
I want to play Battlefield. Please, Kara, can I get Battlefield? Please, it's on sale.
You
please.
didn't like it.
It's a beta. Now there's snow. I want to play in the snow.
Are you going to buy me the Destiny DLC?
Sure. If I can borrow some money.
Oh, the Luke's lightsaber from Lego looks like it's the oh no. What? Hold on a second. Because Cam said it was probably the one after he lost his in Cloud City, but it actually does look like Anakin's lightsaber.
I think it's the Youngling Slayer 3000.
Yeah, that does look like the one that was Anakin's.
That reminds me of the meme Swanky posted in Discord today. The one that's got the two intersecting circles. And one was jokes about Anakin killing younglings and younglings that Anakin killed. And the center of it was things that never get old.
Huh. Oh my goodness, I get the joke because the kids don't get any older.
Yep.
Because they're dead.
Have you also seen the cartoon where it shows this little kid getting out of bed and he's like, Mom, I don't want to go to school today. And she's like, no, honey, you have to. You're fine. He's like, I'm not feeling good. You're like, no. She's like, no, you'll be fine. And then it shows her dropping him off at school and it's at the Jedi Temple.
Oh, darn.
And it shows Anakin like walking in the next scene. It's like.
That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. So Finn, really quick, in the main movies or even like extended universe, what's your favorite lightsaber? Which one do you like the most? A lot of people, like Windu's. I like Obi-Wan's the cyan blue. Get out of here with Ahsoka. You're so basic.
Those are lame.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She's basic.
I'm basic. You're basic.
I like General Kenobi. He's been my favorite forever.
Kara's got pumpkin spice lightsabers over here.
So anyways, back to the lightsaber story really quick. So I ended up bidding it up, and even at the last second, he came in with like 3 seconds left and sniped it back for $153, while there's a bunch for sale. Buy it now for $130. So this guy paid
I would have been
$23 to prove that he was going to win this auction.
I would have been slightly upset if I found out you had purchased it for $150.
Yeah, Jeremy, now tell the story of how you bought a $152 lightsaber out of spite. Because had he not done that, you'd be like,
so
okay.
there's this guy, and he kept bidding me up. I could have just did buy it now for $135, but no, sirree, nobody's gonna pull the wool over my boomer butt. No one's getting that lightsaber except for me.
Do you get to see the user that outbid you?
I could maybe look it up.
No. We don't want to share it or anything. I'm just wondering if you can see it so you have a name to be like you.
No, because of probably death threats when somebody wins an auction now, it's all asterisked out except for the first letter and the last like 2 letters, and then all the middle is garbage. Gotcha. But the seller could see, so I could hack the seller's account, log in, and then see who bought it.
That seems like a perfectly reasonable option.
Yep.
My vendetta has no bounds.
Yeah. All right. I also saw that Finn never got their money back. I am so sorry.
Yeah, they said no. They did not have a refund.
Finn, that's bummer. That is a bummer.
I will never financially recover from this.
I wouldn't. That's for sure.
Heck no. I'd be like, I don't know. Hot dang. I am so sorry. Well,
Finn, feel free to share us with any like positive Star Wars impacts on your life. We'd love to hear them.
Yeah.
Love to hear them. Chris or Gabe or whoever, when does Book of Boba Fett drop? Because I am
December 29th.
I am beyond excited for that.
December 29th. I am so excited.
Is that some sort of Thursday or something? That's a Wednesday.
I was going to say that Wednesdays have been their like drops, and then they'll drop one that following Friday as well.
And then it's every Friday. Chris, you have not finished Ted Lasso yet, have you?
No, I'm still one episode. I haven't seen the last episode of the season.
Is a claymation holiday special. Ted
Lasso. Cute.
Is it like 4 minutes long? Or?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, dang, they do a full 44-minute episode out of claymation? That'd be insane.
Honestly, you could watch that claymation at any point because it does not follow the timeline of
So the theme is...
Don't say anything.
Yeah, here's what's going to end up happening. He's like, I'll go to watch it, then it's going to ask for the stupid password protection code thing or whatever. Then I'm going to be like, hey, I need the code. And then it's going to take too long, and then I'll get locked out. Because that's what happened last time I tried logging in.
You just have to text me beforehand and be like, hey, can I have that code? And then I'll...
Yeah, get ready. I'm about to log in.
Yep. Or you could call me and then I can just read it to you as it pops up.
So anyway, it's funny. Like Two-factor authentication, completely reasonable and necessary. It's just funny when you're trying to maximize usage of a paid service.
Right. Right. So I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment when it comes to the amount of games available. So there was this big pileup of everything getting pushed back. And then, of course, the holiday season just brings out the corporate greed in everybody. And they're like, we got to drop our games. And so my friends like to play Warzone. Battlefield, which Gabe was streaming on Twitch earlier, just a little bit ago. And then you have Halo just dropped, which is absolutely an incredible game.
I started playing that the other night. Super
Forza
good.
Horizon 5. Destiny 2 just dropped this
Their new
awesome
DLC. And their Christmas or their holiday
And then
season.
The most important one, Farming Simulator 2022 just dropped. Now, you say, oh, Lord. But I was looking through the games that I owned, and I miss playing SnowRunner. Now, no one
Redneck Runner
wants to hear me talk about SnowRunner.
Nope.
But it is a truck driving simulator, but off-road. And it is so much fun. And everybody gives me so much crap for playing these sim games. But Chris, tell us a little bit about Farming Sim 22.
Lord.
So it's crazy buggy.
Is it buggy?
Yeah, it is a little bit, but
What game hasn't come out lately that is buggy as heck?
I'll say this, more people complained about Cyberpunk being buggy and I never had any issues with it. I haven't heard anything necessarily, people being like, oh, it's so broken, don't even play it. And there's some like huge problems. It's fun. I've been enjoying myself, but I was going to hay a field, right?
Yep.
And I had the front and rear lawnmower attachments on my tractor.
Okay.
And for some reason, the rear attachment, so imagine like, so here's the front of the tractor, here's the rear attachment. I would move and that would stay there. And then the hydraulics and everything would just stretch out behind me for like a mile. And then it would shoot up to me and be like underground. And it was insane.
Yep, that sounds buggy as heck.
But so I was like, baling hay pays a lot of money as a contract, but it is time consuming. So you have to mow it, then you have to windrow it, then you have to dry it, then you have to freaking bale it, then you have to wrap it, and then you have to deliver it. There's just all these stupid steps, right?
Sounds
The delivery
annoying.
vehicle is really fun though.
We just have, you have to haul it over with a tractor. They don't give you when you borrow the stuff.
There is a thing you can buy if you rent your own, and you drive over it, and then it sucks it up and puts it out. Like you just drive right over it.
Yeah, it's like 70 grand though.
Yeah, and then it like drops it in the thing.
Can you get a Lambo tractor?
This isn't Clarkson Farm, Kara.
Can you get one though?
You can.
Boom.
Chris isn't bougie enough to get a Lambo tractor.
No, we barely have any money. So then what we ended up doing
They
is
blew
like,
it all on.
well, so
go
most
ahead.
recently we were saving up. We were gonna find. We have 2 farms and we have a couple of tractors and like a combine and a couple other things, right?
Combine.
So we're growing canola. That's our crop
Love
right
it.
now. But canola, you plant it in August and you can't harvest it until freaking. Or no, you plant it in September and you can't harvest until August of the next year.
Dang.
That's
So
how
it's like-
asparagus is, I think. Like asparagus you plant and you can't harvest it until the following year.
So it's like, okay, we're like basically can't do anything for like a year on this. So we have no money basically. So like we did a whole crap load of contracts, saved up about $100,000. And so we were looking at buying this other property that had like a farmhouse and stuff on it. And we do like, it's super robust. You can build out, you can put barns, you can lay stuff out however you want. It's super cool. And we were like just about ready to buy it. And I was like, I read somewhere that bees are a good way to make money. So I was like, you know what? Let's buy a crap load of bees.
How much did you spend on
We
bees?
we were down to $400. I spent everything on bees.
You
And how
spent-
much did you have?
We had like 140,000.
You spent $96,000.
No, we spent like $138,000 on
You
bees.
spent $138,000 on bees.
Hot.
So here's the
Dang.
cool thing. Bees increase the yield of the fields that they're next to.
That makes sense.
Ooh, yeah.
So
How many hives do you have?
we have 4. We have 4 of the biggest hives that you can get. And then, so you have to buy the hives, and then we got like a 90% yield bonus off of that field, which is pretty sick. But you get one little loading platform. You can only have one loading platform per farm.
Dang.
Really?
So yeah, so the bees are super nice because like it's sort of like passive. It just loads the honey onto this loading platform, and then once the pallet gets, it's 2 by 2, and once it gets two stacked deep, so 8 cartons on it, then you have to move it. And so the only way to move it is with a forklift or a front end loader. So we're like, okay, well, so we bought the hives, we bought the platform. It's like, we have to buy a forklift. So I bought the cheapest possible forklift. And this forklift is so bugged. If you hook the thing with both forks and it's more than like 10% on the fork, the thing will do like 500 backflips and shoot into space and launch your honey a mile away. Oh. If you load it onto both forks and they're like just barely touching, it works totally fine. You can load it onto one fork and it'll stay balanced somehow and work totally fine. But we didn't know this. We're trying to load this thing. So then, like, imagine this thing does 600 backflips and it lands upside down. They have to try and get this forklift right side up. How do you flip over a forklift?
Right. Good luck.
You know, and then so we finally, I Googled it and figured out how to work this forklift. And then we have a trailer for harvesting the canola, right? It's just like a big box trailer and then it can dump, right?
Yep.
And so we're like, okay, well, we'll just load it in there because the forklift only goes like 10 miles an hour. And the place you deliver the honey is all the way across the map. So it takes like 20 real world minutes to deliver 1 case of honey.
This is a dream to me. I just love that. You just get in your car, you just chug along, you're hauling your load of honey. It feels real.
There's a reason I enjoy games with fast travel points. I don't want to haul my butt across a map.
Why wouldn't you?
20 years.
Load of honey.
Skyrim, king of the fast travel games, I walked everywhere because I'd always have some weird, crazy encounter.
You do, but I mean, with Skyrim, I mean, sometimes like there's a big old mountain you have to go around. It's
I want to talk about Skyrim at some point too.
Yeah, we'll get back to Skyrim, but so the honey thing. So this has all been building to this stupid story. So we're like, okay, we're gonna load all the honey into this trailer, right? And remember, we have $400. We have all of our money is in honey.
Right.
So we finally load up enough that we're like, okay, if we sell this, we should have enough money to buy a flatbed trailer so that it's easier to load.
Right.
So we get the whole thing loaded up and we have fast forwarded through like 6 months at this point because honey, you get 1 of the 8 crates that fill up a pallet a day, basically, right?
Yep.
Between the 4, whatever, the math works out, you get a full pallet a day, I'm sorry. So we had finally gotten enough that I did the math or whatever, or so I thought, to get the amount of money that we needed for a flatbed trailer to make it easy to load. So I have this janky, super uneven, like imagine they're not like stacked, they're like jammed in, just like, because it's like you're just like throwing it off of a forklift into the back of a trailer.
Right, so the honey's just all weird back there.
Yeah, so I get in the thing, I start driving, I was like, oh man, I said, this is so much faster than using the forklift. I had taken a turn and I'm trying to get back into my lane and somehow overcorrected. And I was like, oh no. And I tried turning it back to recorrect it. I tipped the whole thing over and the honey spills out everywhere. There's pallets of honey all over the place. And I'm like, no.
Do you lose the honey at that point?
No, well, we had to reload. So we had to get the forklift all the way over there.
He's got it. Yeah, and it goes like 10 miles an hour. Yeah.
And then we had to we had to flip the tractor and trailer back up. We had to reload all of it into there. And this is not even that was a bad part. But now we get to the place to unload it, right? So the way it normally works up is you just pull up into the zone and it just automatically unloads the honey, right?
Yep.
It does not unload it if the pallet is not flat. If it's in there sideways or whatever, it doesn't unload it. So now I'm driving back and forth like this, like shaking the honey in the back of the trailer.
To try to get it to lay flat,
trying to get it to tumble over and be flat. And I somehow jackknifed the thing and flipped the trailer over there.
No.
I would have rage quit. I'd be like, nope, I'm done. Bye.
So after like an hour, we finally get this disaster cleaned up. And I was like, we should have made about 15 grand. I wasn't looking. I thought each pallet was 1,000 liters, right? Because it gives you the price per 1,000 liters. Each pallet's 400 liters.
Oh no, so you were off by like a factor 2.5.
Yeah, so we got 2.5 times less money than I thought that we were gonna get from this.
That's so sad.
So I was looking at there was no, so we had to do a couple more contracts to be able to afford the trailer. And then we got the trailer and we're like, okay, this will solve all of our problems with honey, right?
I hope so.
And so the trailer that I got was literally the cheapest flatbed. It's a low ride trailer that you can lower to load equipment onto and then raise up to bring it places.
Yeah.
And so, and it's not very big. You can fit it's 3 deep, 2 wide. You can fit pallets of honey on there, right?
Okay.
And so Ryan's trying to load it with a forklift. He lowers the pallet onto the trailer, and he tries backing up, and the pallet just goes right back with him. It does not stick to the trailer to come off.
Oh no!
And I was like, "What the crap?" And I was like, "You know what? Let me try that." So you can press L, and it throws the cargo straps on to hold it down.
Yeah.
So he puts it up. I tap L. I strap it down. On my screen, it's on there. It's locked in. On his screen, it's still stuck to his forklift.
Oh, that's
so then as soon as I unstrap it, it rubber bands back to his forklift. So what we learned is if I have just the straps down, not holding anything down, but just the straps down, then you can set the pallet down and back away, and then I can unstrap it and restrap it, and then it's there.
Jeez.
So once we finally figured all of that out, now we can harvest our canola. That's how long it took us messing around with this honey.
That reminds me of something off of Clarkson Farm. It took 9 months to figure out how to just make honey profitable. In SnowRunner, we have the same issues. Things will be on a certain way on David's screen when we're playing co-op, and then they'll be different on mine. So like I'll tip over, and then he'll use the nice thing about SnowRunner, Chris, is imagine having a winch and being able to like put it on things and flip yourself back.
That would be real nice.
Yeah, so that's one of the things you can have, but I can't tell you how many times that David has had to come pull me out or help me or get me straightened out or whatever. So all right.
Isn't this the most interesting conversation ever, Kara?
Oh, it's great.
Did you see in chat Finn sent something?
Yeah, I saw that.
So do you want to try saying that?
I see it.
I don't. What is it?
Do you really want me to say it?
What? If it's something rude, then don't say it.
It is.
Okay, well, just tell me later.
Combine the first
word.
Oh,
no.
You got it now? Okay. All right.
Wait, what?
No.
His name.
Okay, well, very good. Nicely done, Finn.
Yeah, you getting it?
I thought it was Finn from Star Wars, but I got it. I got it. I'm tracking.
Of all people to get it first, I'm surprised it was me.
Well, I was too busy talking about losing my honey all over the highway.
Yeah,
What are you guys saying that's bleeped out on here?
I don't have anything bleeped on this.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe mine's, I haven't touched settings on mine, so maybe mine's like, you must be like 4 years old, so we're going to block everything in it.
Apparently not Finn's username. Poor Finn. I'm thinking Finn, Star Wars.
We're just going to call you Finn.
FN2187, you know. So funny. What's Rex's number? And you call yourself a real Rex lover.
CT
7567.
Yep.
How about fives?
5555.
Oh, thank goodness you knew that one, Kara.
There's a reason he's called Fives.
Oh, well, how original.
What about 9999?
Is it 99?
Right? What about 99?
Except he's only just 99. What chow?
Lord, you're ridiculous.
All right. So we talked about fast food earlier. I had stumbled across something this week when I was getting paid to work but not doing work.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Your thing about the forklift flying off into space.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to you while you were playing Halo this week, Jeremy? While you were attacking that one?
That is a good story. So here's what I love about the new Halo. This game makes you feel, my head is really hot and it's really itchy. These are horrible. I want to take it off, but it's a bummer. Anyway, so Chris, you're going to love this. So in Halo, they had a grappling hook, and it is amazing. You can grapple weapons to you. You can grapple across gaps. You can grapple enemies, and it'll stun them, and they do the T-pose. They're like, and then you can, like, if you hold the melee button while you're mid-grapple, you'll, like, go into an animation, and you'll uppercut them or whatever you do to them. So the funnest part about all of this is when your vehicle's about to explode, it goes, like, super nuclear. It'll be like, Quaboom, and it turns red flashing and then it blows up. So the Marines that you can take with you are smart enough, and if the vehicle takes, what do you call it, beyond repairable damage or whatever, or critical
like
damage,
basically,
they'll get out. They'll nope right out of there, okay?
They'll yeet themselves out.
The CPUs, the enemies, will also do that. So there's this classic Halo airplane that the elites fly around called Banshees, okay? The Banshee, it's like a tube pod, and you're laying in it, like you lay down. Like these are the controls.
It's like a hang glider, but with weird, like these arms.
Yes, yep. So there it is aerobatic. Okay, so if you tap whatever the like dodge button is and then a direction, you'll do a barrel roll to the left.
That's an aileron roll.
An aileron roll to the right, an aileron roll to the left. I know a barrel roll is this way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you'll do your spin, we'll say, and then and then it'll do a barrel roll, okay? So I'm shooting this elite out of this Banshee, okay? And I'm shooting him and he's like, "Oh, you're never gonna take me down, Master Chief. I'm gonna get out of here." But he activated his barrel roll. So as he's taking off, he goes just like this, and then it ejects him at this part. So it took his body, and he went, whoa! And it like slingshotted him, and we're already in the midair. So he came out, and it went seriously like that. So I recorded it. So then he flies way up high. I'm talking
he was way up there. Jeremy recorded. He was like, "Carrie, you gotta come see this."
So then he comes down. I have the time to like relock on, shoot him a couple times, and then he talks more smack like, "You're never gonna kill me." Splat. And then he dies from fall damage. It was so.
Well, so you didn't kill him. Fall damage killed him.
That's true. "You're never gonna kill me. I'm gonna blam." But just the fact that he got out at the exact same time he triggered this evasive maneuver, and it just went.
It was real funny.
That's awesome.
And then even the animation itself, like it has a little speed ramp. So as soon as you like break the 90, it like speed ramps up and around, and it totally he couldn't have got out at the better time.
I'm surprised it didn't break orbit. That's all I gotta say.
So he must have triggered the speed ramp on the ejection to get that massive height is what you're thinking?
Yes, it was so funny.
It was pretty great.
I absolutely love it. And I was playing earlier where it was like funny to me where you're flying and you just shoot him, you're flying normally and he like jumped out and then he just like landed safely below. But yeah, this guy just shot himself into the atmosphere. But it is, you feel so cool as Master Chief. It's awesome. The game is by far, it's my second favorite Halo of all time.
What's your favorite one?
Probably Halo 2, and that was for the PvP. But Halo 1 and Halo 2 have a metric buttload of nostalgia. But this one is, it is like the closest thing I've had to playing Halo Combat Evolved. You're Chief the whole time. You don't have to play as anybody else. Because even in Halo 2, you had to play as the Arbiter. And then as Halo 4 and Halo 5 come along, it was kind of like they've already told the story that they wanted to tell. So they just went way off the deep end with the story. And it was just...
So you're saying they were cash grab games?
Not everything, right? It's just suffering from, it was like, it had a clear middle and end. Yep. And then Microsoft was trying to keep the franchise alive by making it a cash grab. But this one comes back and the story is good, but still simple. Which is what Halo 1 was, right? Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. So, Halo 1, okay, I guess, they jump to get away from Earth's destruction and they land on a ring and they find out there's a bacteria, weirdly enough, that can wipe out all humanity. And the ring will then just kill all the food sources, so then the bacteria strives out, right? So you blow up the ring so that you blow up the ring instead, which then controls the bacteria before it can spread. And then, of course, then Halo 2, there's 6 other rings in the galaxy. And then Halo 3, Cortana's going ham-NATO, and you got a destroyer. And then Halo 4, it gets ridiculous. Like, the first game had a great story. And
Is 4 the one that had Cat in it?
No, that was Reach.
That was Reach.
The prequel, because it's Noble Team 6. Yeah, it was stupid.
I always wanted to cosplay as Cat. Well, first Master Chief, obviously. But... as a female, Cat would have been awesome.
And again, Chris, we've had plenty of fun stories like getting to like message Femi Taylor and getting Phil Lamar. I mean, we've talked about this before.
And Jeremy,
doing that cameo with
Steve
Downs, the voice of Master Chief for Kara. It's unbelievable. Like it's just you have that connection with him. So playing through the entire game, it was like he's wished Kara and I a happy anniversary. Like every single time he talked, it was like awesome for me.
Yep, super cool.
His voice is just so cool.
I know. You can tell in this one he's aged. From obviously, I mean, it's been how many years?
Yeah, like 20 years.
But you can hear just that little bit of an older like there's the Master Chief gravel, but then you could just hear just that maybe tiniest bit of raspiness you get as you age.
Well, if you keep playing the game, his movement to me looks like that of an older soldier. It's a little bit, just a little bit.
Like, so like timeline wise, how long has it been since Halo 1 in this game?
I would imagine about, well, probably 10 years. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
Because he keeps he keeps ending up in space.
It's true.
At like the end of 4, he ends up floating in space and gets found again in 5. And then he gets re-ejected into space. And he gets found again in Infinite.
Well, cryogenic freezing works.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But it damages your vocal cords.
Yeah, right? But he has that, for the same reason I love Ted Lasso, and it's his ridiculous like positiveness.
Speaking of Lasso, Gwen says you, Kara, Dave, and somebody else need to do a Lasso run on Halo.
What's a Lasso run?
Legendary All Skulls on.
Oh, dang. There's an achievement for that, and it's 100 points. There's no way. There's no way. You want to talk about your rubber band? Okay, all right. What was I going through? Oh, so Master Chief and Ted Lasso, right? Of course I'd make that connection. Did you know Master Chief shops at Costco?
That's the only place that has enough batteries for his lasers.
No, so what I was going to say really quick is I can't get enough of the good guy here, or like the good hero trope, right? And there's a soldier in this one who's clearly like, he's a little hollow video of his family, and you have to save him at one point. And Master Chief is just so focused on saving humanity that that's always the mission no matter what. And he just gets this thing where it's like, we have to save this soldier because he promises that he will keep him alive. And so you go to just to hell and high water to save this soldier. And it's just like BA when he's delivering these lines like, you know, it's like, I was going to say Qui-Gon Jinn, but Liam Neeson in Taken. I have a certain set of skills and I will use those skills to find you. It's like, I am Spartan 117 and I am coming to save my dude. What now?
Oh, Gabe's back. He just finished his stream.
Oh, way to go, Gabe.
Yay,
We're talking about
Gabe.
Halo and how good it is. So, Chris, you talked about rubber banding in the thing, right?
Yeah.
So David called me up and he's like, Jeremy, okay, so first off, there's an enemy and it snipes you out of nowhere. Like, it was the most frustrating part about the game. It takes 1 second to like log on or like lock onto you, or we'll say 3. It'll like flash to the left by you, flash to the right, but then the next time it comes back, it's on, it does a shot and you're dead. The snipers do, okay? And there's a lot of them.
That's typically how it works.
Every outpost has like 2 or 3. And so it's like, if you get the 2 and you miss one, all of a sudden you see it flashing by. If you don't get to cover that's out of their line of sight, you're done for. And so that was a challenge I had through the whole entire game, was dealing with all these snipers. So David called me up and he's like, I cannot, like, there's 3 phases to the last boss. And on the 3rd phase, it adds a buttload of enemies in, but one in particular is a brute that carries a gravity hammer, all right? This thing will one-shot you. Well, here's the ridiculous part. You have a grappling hook, right? So you can evade like none other. You can like launch or lock onto stuff with a grappling hook and pull you, and you'll zing across. And if you don't hit something, like if you go right on the edge, you'll slingshot past your thing and you can really evade, okay? This stupid brute with this gravity hammer, I'll slingshot across the map and I'll turn around and this guy's coming like Michael Jordan in Space Jam all the way across the map at 100 miles an hour, and he's just like, boom, you're dead. So it's like, I'm running, grapple, whoa, boom, you're dead. And it's like, I couldn't get away from this guy, so you have to almost cheese it. So David was like, oh, you got to get on top of this doorway and then do your drop shield. Well, if you do your drop shield, these elites go, whoa, and they run underneath your drop shield, and then they look up and shoot you from underneath. And it was just, Kara is in for a treat because she's playing it now. And she would stream, but my computer's busted.
Yeah.
So she's going to get taken to Clapplebee's when she
I will
fights that
take them to Clapplebee's.
You are not going to take them to Clapplebee's. You're going to get beat. This is
Who thinks I'm going
different.
to take them to Clapplebee's?
I've never heard this expression before.
So I love the saying that if somebody kicks your butt, you're getting clapped. So if you see a rusty vehicle, it is clapped out. So then we created a new saying where it's like, if somebody's going to kick your butt, instead of taking you out to eat, they're taking you to Clapplebee's.
Yep.
And then you're going to get the
So this is a Jeremy Kara original.
Yeah, you're going to get
It's going to catch on.
you're going to get the 2 for Clapples. But anyway, so it was absolutely ridiculous how this like brute just flies at you, just flies at you and crunches you. It's ridiculous. The
Sounds like
game
you had a
is
good time.
really, really good.
So when you said like the rubber, for some reason I thought it was like just his arms are straight out extending like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I suppose, right? Like, kaboom. But no, he just flies across.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
funny.
love the physics when games do rubber banding stuff because it's happened in so many games that I've played. That used to be one of my absolute favorite glitches of all time in Halo 2 was the super jump. So the map was built in pieces, and so where they would seam the map together, if you jumped from a high spot and landed on the seam just right, your character would almost try to fall through the map. So then the physics of the game, the engine would try to like push you back up. But if you got too far back down, it had to apply, X times 100 energy to keep you from falling out of the map. So you would jump, land on the seam, and go whee, and just fly into the air. So much fun. The rocket lunge, what a classic Halo glitch.
The rocket jump, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So those are some good Halo. But anyway, there's so many games to play.
Not even to mention the fact that Satisfactory and Valheim just had big updates.
I know.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
How do you feel about the Steam Deck, Chris? Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't heard too much about it, but
It's
the Steam game console, right?
It's a Switch, Nintendo Switch, but made by Valve that will play any game on Steam.
I mean, like, it could be like if it has a dock that you can play it on a TV. I'd say that'd probably be pretty cool.
It has the dock, and I picked up this board game on Steam. I really like Steam. I would actually probably could totally just make the Switch to straight PC. If my Xbox has a better track record than my computer as of now, though. That really makes me sad.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that. Normally it's the Xboxes that are falling apart.
Jeremy thinks that
Your hand is extremely warm right now.
the cooling,
the all-in-one, I have a liquid cooler, so it's got a little pump, and then it pumps the fluid to a fan.
I don't know. Jeremy's probably mentioned this a gajillion times here on the podcast. Function before form, right? Because I'm form before function. So while Jeremy's building his computer last year, yep, that's right, shame.
No shame.
Shame.
No shame. You don't understand.
So Jeremy, when he's building his computer, guess what he does? He goes for this liquid cooler because it looks good. Because it looks so much better. It's clean and it's out of the way.
Now, I know for a fact when we were building Chris's computer, he said, I don't care how it looks. I just want 100% function. Okay. For mine, I wanted both form and function. Theoretically, on paper, liquid cooling should be better than air cooling.
But it's not.
Because water removes the heat, or oil, whatever they use for coolant, removes the heat much faster than just straight up conduction to air.
It doesn't work better, does it, Jeremy?
But the pump can fail. And if the pump fails, the processor will overheat. An air cooler, the only thing that fails is conduction pulls the heat up into the radiator portion, then those fans blow. So there's no pump to fail. There's only the fans. So if your fans quit, but there's still cooling happening. If an all-in-one cooler, liquid cooler fails, there's no cooling happening anymore. It just heats up. So I'm thinking that my all-in-one failed, and that's why it went bad. Mm-hmm. But I can have nice things. Kara is bougie all the time.
I'm not bougie.
She is form over.
I think the argument she's making is you can't call her out on being bougie if you make bougie choices too.
One bougie decision in my life should not weigh out a lifetime of bouginess.
This is okay. I don't get my nails done.
And that's apparent. No, anyways, I'm gonna get beat. Oh, she's Kara. She didn't know.
She's messing up your glasses.
She broke the thing that. Oh my gosh. The worst part about glasses is them getting fingerprints on them. These are nothing but fingerprints.
Did you get a close enough look at my fingernails there?
Yeah, I saw them real close. They need some work. Hey, if I've already got the figure of doom on my glasses, I might as well.
I've got punching rings on, sir.
Might as well double down on the fingernail insult. No, so Kara. Okay.
Real quick,
Working
Ryan,
as a
just want to
hygienist-
say, with actually, there's 2 things. 3 things. Sorry, Swanky says it's an operator issue, clearly. Cam says that liquid cooling does perform better than air. If the problem was your cooler, you would see thermal throttling and then shut the PC down without damaging the processor, typically.
Right.
And then Ryan said he has a liquid cooler. It works great for overclocking. There's a simple program you can download that monitors and alerts for a failed pump.
Well, thanks a lot, Ryan. You're a day late and $1 short.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be my graphics card. I don't know, because I was reading and it said that, you know, with these with the 3900 AMD that I have, it doesn't have onboard graphics. So if the graphics card quick out, obviously you're not going to get
Signal or anything.
BIOS.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, you know, your BIOS screen. So, Kara, bonus points for what does BIOS stand for? I know Cam and them are all probably like, don't look at the screen. No.
Biomechanical something.
It's an acronym.
Big, ingenious operating system.
It is something operating system.
Basic input-output system.
See? Exactly what I said.
Well, we all know the first word. It applies to Jeremy.
What? You basic what? You pumpkin latte sucking smelly
Ugwearer.
basic Ugg wearer, yeah.
The only Uggs I have are like my tall lace-up boots that don't even look
but
like
she
Uggs.
has them.
The only Uggs Jeremy has is Lee.
The only Uggs that Jeremy has is his face.
That's what Chris said. He said ugly.
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay.
I was being too clever.
I was talking about Seinfeld earlier. There's a one. So George, Kara doesn't like George.
I don't. He's a
hilarious.
jerk. He's a sexist jerk.
He's not.
He is.
What his problem is, he says the quiet thing's loud and the loud thing's quiet.
That is perfect. Thank you very much. That actually
So
sums it up
basically, he
extremely
doesn't
well.
have a filter.
No, well, sort of.
No, so he'll always find the wrong time to say the wrong thing when he should have just thought it. And then when he has the right thing to say, he just doesn't say it.
I don't know. I don't like George. He annoys me. Like, he was happy when Susan died. Then he had the perfect girlfriend that's in jail. And she was like, tries to get out of jail. He does everything he can to make sure she stays in jail.
Because he didn't want to ruin the thing. It was a hilarious story.
Our relationship is built on distance.
I do not like George.
Anyways, so George was eating a bunch of shrimp, and somebody said, "Oh, hey George, the ocean called. They're running out of shrimp or whatever." So then he thought of his comeback on the way home. So he plans this whole meeting and gets all these shrimp just so the guy will do the line again, so he can throw it back in his face. And it turns out the guy got transferred to like Akron, Ohio. So then he drives all the way out, just jumps in on a meeting with them, brings in a bunch of shrimp for everybody. The guy says the line, and then Jerry had helped him come up with a good comeback. Elaine had helped him come up with a good comeback, but George had to use him. And that's the jerk store called and they're almost out of you. And then the guy replies back with, "Well, they won't worry. You're their best seller." And then he was like, "Oh man." And then he goes, Kramer told him, "Well, then you should just say that you slept with his wife because it's like the ultimate comeback." So he does. And then the room goes silent and he goes, my wife's in a coma. I love George situations. They're so funny.
Yeah, they're absolutely absurd.
I don't like George.
Because exactly that. The guy left. The problem had been relieved. Like, he could have just lived his life and he would have never had to, but he drives out of his way to be a butt, and then it blows up in his face.
I don't like him.
I love George.
Gabe says, "Love the setup, guys. Miss you. It's so good to have good internet so I can watch again."
I'm so excited you got
We
good
missed you
internet
too,
again.
Gabe.
I want to
Glad
know
you're
if you're going
back.
to play any Forza Horizon 5 at some point too, because David and I have been playing a lot of that.
When are you going to get Farming Sim 22 so you can join in on the honey harvest?
Carrie, you should try it.
No.
You should stream Farm Sim 22.
No. If everybody
Do you
wants
know
a snore fest.
all of the farming
great honey
boys out
caper,
there.
that would have gotten 20 million
Think of all the
views.
farm guys out there, heavy breathing, watching you play Farm Simulator.
There are no farm boys.
Do you know
out
how
there
many people
gaming.
would try to probably mansplain Kara what to do?
Yeah, so you see, little lady, what you've got there
I'll be
is
like,
a
I'm a
thresher.
little lady.
What you
You're
need is
facing
a
the next
combine.
year.
Do you know how I built that Lego wrong and then everybody felt the need to comment on it? Kara, all you have to do is fire up Farm Simulator. You'll get 100,000 comments because everyone's going to tell you you're doing it wrong.
I feel the only way that I could actually enjoy playing Farming Simulator is if every single time a seed is planted, I get to take a drink.
Of alcohol?
Yep.
You'd be dead on the first pass on the...
It'd make some interesting streaming.
Drunk farming with
Drunk
Kara.
Streaming. Drunk farming. Yep.
Cam says he'd watch you play Farming Simulator.
Who would watch?
Cam said he'd watch.
Of course Cam would. What's not to love about it, Kara?
Or would you watch me play Farming Simulator, Cam?
Fire it up. Stream.
Which would you prefer, Cam? Drunk Farming Simulator or just Farming Simulator?
Farming Simulator. I'm practically drunk all the time anyways.
Whatever. Jeremy did run out and grab Trulies for me last night.
Oh, that's so basic.
The hardest alcohol you can get right there, a Truly.
They're so good. The black cherry's like drinking a sucker.
You sound like every 16-year-old.
You've heard, so Derek.
Yes, Cam, he wants Drunk Farming Simulator.
Derek describes LaCroix water like somebody just took a sucker, and this is when they're like, all right, let's do our flavor, and they take the sucker and they go, yep, that's it. That's the flavor, just one dunk. That's how much they have flavor.
Yep, that's pretty true. Pretty true.
So Cam says he'd also watch me play Farming Sim. So maybe I'll fire up some Farming Sim after the stream.
There you go.
I can't wait to play more board games.
Gabe says he has FH5. I like it, but coming from previous forces, it feels the same, but with better graphics.
A lot of people are complaining it, but it's really good.
And he got to use the Assetto Corsa.
Is that his wheel he has? Did he get to use his wheel, the steering wheel?
So Ryan actually bought a steering wheel for Farming Simulator.
He did not.
Yep. So and he wants to get there's a whole like package you can build out that has like the joystick with the buttons on it for doing like the forklifting and everything.
Come on, Ryan.
So here's the thing. So I'm playing WASD, right?
That's bougie.
It is.
Ryan. I
Does
actually
he
want to
have,
see
like,
him stream.
I'll probably
First seat that he's sitting on too while he does this.
With the bounce.
He did buy a new office chair, but
Can
no.
you imagine? That, like, so it actually works with the game. So as you're driving along, like the seat bounces as you're going, like a tractor.
That would be pretty epic, but no.
That'd be hilarious.
Would you play that?
He would, if it existed, he would buy
Probably.
it. I guarantee that.
Ryan needs to buy a house so then he doesn't have disposable income to buy.
I was gonna say, guys, we should make a website that has that farming seat, for Farming Simulator, and send it to Ryan. But he's watching, so never mind.
Just scam him out of $4,000.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, no
Like
refunds. Gabe says that he used his wheel in FH5, but it feels weird.
Oh,
Bummer.
yeah.
So I don't know how you guys would feel about it, but if I were to stream something, would you be okay if I just streamed it on Rise of the Podcast?
No, go for it. Increase our streaming days.
I only stream on me, apparently.
Yeah.
I need to start streaming our Rise of the Podcast.
No one wants to watch.
Your glasses are going to lose their lenses.
Yeah, I know.
Jeremy's going to lose the comfort of the bed.
What?
You're going to sleep out in the garage.
It's cold out.
You can sleep here.
Sucks to be you.
There's a couch you're sitting on right there, Jeremy. You can just sleep on that.
Ryan already does.
Yeah.
But you need to be home in time tomorrow to watch Chip, so.
That's fine.
I'll give you a ride.
There you go.
He needs to be home by 6:45.
AM.
Ryan says, hey, I bought that steering wheel for iRacing too.
Mm-hmm. Which you use it more for, Ryan?
I don't know if he's ever even played iRacing yet.
I can't believe how much fun farming sim would be with a steering wheel.
No.
No. So I play with the WASD controls, right?
Yep.
Which are really clunky and annoying. Like watching him operate the forklift with the wheel versus me trying to operate the forklift with the keyboard and mouse. As like I'm sitting there struggle busting, just trying to do anything, and he's just like, it's just instantly done.
There's some games.
Gabe, it's 9 degrees here.
It
Fahrenheit.
It's 8 degrees now.
8 degrees Fahrenheit.
8 Fahrenheit.
I've only ever played Farming Sim 19 on the Xbox, and I use a controller, and a controller is really easy. Because
and I have a controller plugged in, and Ryan's like, just use a controller. And it's like, I already learned the keys. I don't want to learn another system.
Did you learn how to like turn your headlights on and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So F1 opens up all. It tells you all of your controls.
Okay.
But F is headlights, and then it does front headlights, then rear headlights, then all around. If you hit the home key, it turns on your ambers. The V lowers your implement. B turns on the implement. X folds it and unfolds it.
I love unfolding it. And then do you have it like throw the counterweight on the front?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah.
When you're running the cedar or most of any of the big plows and stuff, you need a front weight.
Have you watched Clarkson's Farm at all?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
You should finish it. If you like farming sim, you should finish it.
Yeah, I wasn't not enjoying it. It just wasn't like the thing that I needed to watch at the time. Like sometimes you'll watch something and be like, I'll come back to that someday. So it's like, it's in my list.
Come back to it because it's really funny. Because I'm sure you saw him about all the tram lines and everything.
Yeah.
I love all that. I didn't know that was all in farming. Was that, you have like, and it's not in farm, or you can do tram lines in farming sim.
Yep. Well, so if you have plant destruction turned on, you need them.
Yes. Yep. Have you played it with Lime on or off?
It's on by default. Ugh, what a pain in the ass.
Is it not? I shut it off. I don't enjoy it being on.
It's just like the thing that sucks is like, so it's an extra thing. You got to lime the field.
Yep.
Then you have to freaking plow it. Then you have to cultivate it. Then you have to seed it. Then you have to fertilize it. Then you have to freaking pesticide it.
Sound like
This
fun,
sounds like
Kara?
a snore fest.
It is not a snore fest.
It is a snore fest and a half.
Jeremy, just bring your
I'm
computer
dying,
down
like-
here and we'll just land farming sim.
All this
Right.
talk of farming sim makes me want to go out and drink.
What are you up with alcohol and farming?
It is
That's the only way to enjoy it.
it is cross-platform. All we have to do is we have one mod right now. We have a GPS mod.
Okay.
So with a GPS mod on, we can't play cross-platform. If we turn it off, it's totally cross-platform too.
So what does your GPS mod do? Auto routes?
Yeah, so you program the thing. It's honestly super complicated to use, and you have to buy it as an option with your tractor. It's not just free. When you buy a tractor, you have to go to options and turn GPS on. I'm sorry, Kara. This is very important.
It is interesting. This is real life farmers go through this.
And then when
Yes, they do, don't they?
when you get to a field, then you can turn the GPS on, and then it's a super insane setup. Like basically, you have to looks like you have to sort of like outline what you want to do, and then you tell it if you want to do like a back and forth or whatever, blah
Yeah.
blah blah, and then you can turn it on, and then it'll do it.
Yep, and then you can hop out, right?
Yeah.
And it'll auto do the field.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's like hiring a worker, but for free.
Yep. But you pay the extra for the mod in your tractor.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, hard cut on farm sim.
Praise God, hallelujah.
Man, old Frumpy over here.
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
I want you to tell
I don't
us
want to. Oh, what?
about House Flipper.
I haven't played it because you torched the computer.
Torched it. It torched it. Mm-hmm. So just tell people what House Flipper is.
So it's a game where you start out with this really crappy tiny house that you can turn into your office. So in the our original download on the old laptop, I made this awesome office, and
It's still
then
there.
it's still there.
Yeah.
So then you can you get emails saying, "Hey, I need this one room fixed up for, my daughter," or "My ex-boyfriend came in and he tore out the radiators and took all the furniture and trashed the place. Come fix it." And so you start out doing those, and then as you gain money, you then can purchase whole houses to flip. And so then you go to them, typically they're trashed. And so you have to clean them out, and you have to repaint, knock down walls, do all that stuff, design them, decorate them. And then you put it up on the market, and a bunch of people come in and bid on it, and you can get the highest offer. And then you can say, that's not enough. So you can typically bump them up an extra 10 grand. So, and then you just do that.
So here's what.
So it's real estate magnate.
It's real estate flipper or real estate sim, more or less.
It's like Fixer Upper, but
So
Which one of you is Joanna Gaines?
Jeremy tries to be. He is not.
I'm going to talk about some cool things that they did to make this game interesting. So the first DLC they gave away for free, and it's absolutely hilarious. So here's what was really dumb. At first, on the first rendition of the game, you could not mow the grass,
No, you couldn't.
and it was always overgrown. And
that didn't happen until
super
one of the
crappy.
more recent DLCs.
Second of all, some of the fun things they did was they added in some Easter eggs, and I love that they did this because it's like a Polish company that's making this, and so all the outlets and all
isn't
the
it- is it
water
Polish?
connections.
What's the name of the game?
House flipper. All the outlets are European, and the water tap and everything is all Europe. Like it's all different connections than what we're used to here. Wiring is all different because you can replace outlets and stuff. But here's what it's fun. One of the houses you can buy is the house from Home Alone.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's one of the houses you can buy, and they like recreated it to a T.
One of the houses is haunted.
Yes.
And you have to figure out why, and you find like you're searching around and you see this hole dug up in the ground, and then you find a coffin or something like that.
Yeah, and a graveyard out back.
And then so you have to take the coffin that's been,
like dug up
and removed, and you have to put it back and rebury it because the ghost from whoever was buried in there is like, what the heck?
They were haunting the house.
So they're haunting the house. It's from a movie, I guess.
So there's that, which is really cool. Then the other thing I like is when you're all renovating, you actually will find like secret rooms.
Yep.
So you'll be like tearing down a wall and there'll be a secret room. So like that kind of stuff makes the game really fun and really enjoyable. But what really cracks me up is the first DLC that they came out with is called Apocalypse DLC. And it adds the ability to add like bomb shelters and like storage shelves, and you can add like
tons of canned non-perishables and stuff. It's super funny.
And so
you can buy guns and everything.
So the storyline is Marty. And it was like, I want a bomb shelter, but my wife won't let me have one. So you have to like sneak one in their backyard. I'm not kidding. And like decorate it and load it all up. And he's like, thanks for not letting my wife know.
That's hilarious. So didn't you have a bomb shelter in your old house?
I did. I sure did. Absolutely.
Was that what you want to do, or did your dad insist on that?
My dad. He's like, everybody needs one, he said, apparently. I don't know.
No. This is not, no.
So, and then since then, they've come out with garden escapes. So that's when they added lawn mowing and outdoor decorating.
So you could buy machine guns before you could buy a lawnmower.
Yep. And then they added HGTV, obviously.
Obs.
And then what recently, which we haven't played, which is what killed my computer, is luxury. So you get to like go to Miami and you can do like mansions and skyscrapers and stuff like that, and like luxury ones.
Of course, the bougie pack is the one that you don't.
I know, it blew my computer.
There was a Halloween one too, wasn't there?
It was like a mini one. It was like for the time, and then they did coming out is guess what they're doing? Farm.
Oh, nice.
I told Jeremy, I was like, "That's you. Like, I'll design the house and I'll do the animals, but like you can do the gardening."
No, so there's absolutely like you can go farming, and it's like a farm sim attachment for it, and then they have pet simulator.
Jeremy, how many live plants do we have in our house right now?
Goose egg. 0.
All your plants are dead.
How many have I tried to raise? 1 million, and I killed them all.
Is the cactus actually dead, or
probably?
Oh, it got me the other day too.
Yep.
It totally pricked my finger.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know you have a cactus, because like you keep
it pricked my finger and left a sliver in there, and then Jeremy got pricked the other day.
Yep.
So to answer your question, Frozen District is the developer. They're based in Poland.
I was right. I knew they were the Polish.
Is that how Polish?
Is that Italian Poles?
I don't know.
Mamma mia, I'm a Polish.
Oh, it's a flipper. And then so they have pets coming out, and the trailer for pets looks really adorable.
It's so cute.
So you buy this abandoned house, and they left the dog in a cardboard box in the house.
It's this sweet little golden, or is it a yellow lab?
One of the two.
He's so cute.
Do you guys like The Sims? Just like the game The Sims?
I played it on and off.
Oh, I love that game.
No, I liked it, and then it again, this is what I was getting overwhelmed with earlier, like when I saw SnowRunner, and then you were talking about Farm Sim. It's like these games, The Sims is a game you have to commit to playing a lot.
Yep. Yeah, it's something. It's like if you're not putting 200 hours in, you're not putting any hours in.
Yeah, it's fun because you can play it for 200 hours.
I'd rather replay Witcher at that point.
But that's a great game. But yeah, anyways, The Sims is fun. The Sims 4 is supposed to be pretty legendary, and they added a Galaxy's Edge DLC to Sims 4.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I would love to play it, but I'd have to invest 400 hours into The Sims.
So here's what we'll have to do. We'll have to do something where we can all play The Sims together, and we'll just have like Sim Sundays or something. For 2 hours on Sundays, we just build our virtual Sim City. Not actually Sim City, but you know what I mean.
In my list of games earlier too, so I have Metroid, and then Pokemon came out, Diamond and Pearl, which is really a great remake.
Yep. I'm still only on the 6th gym badge.
Yeah, and I am too. I'm in the same spot.
I think I'm on the 3rd.
And then
still.
hopefully somebody gets me Pikmin for Christmas.
Don't count on it.
What? That's what I asked for Christmas. It's like the only thing I asked.
You'll have to get it for yourself for New Year's, I guess.
Well, I'm going to go just buy it right now then.
No, Christmas is coming out.
Hold on. What's on Game Pass, Dave? Gabe says Witcher for the win, by the way.
Oh,
Witcher's so good.
we've been watching
The new season.
It's really good.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
It is.
I might have to watch that.
The first episode follows a story that I vaguely remember from the first book, but Ciri's in it and she's not in the book. So Jeremy did say that's like the big complaint with a lot of people is they're not really following the book.
But if you have never read the books.
Right. And I only read part of the first book, which I would like to read the rest because the first book is actually really freaking good.
It's a bunch of short stories.
Yeah.
Oh, Sims
that's what
4
I
is on
like.
Game Pass right now.
Oh, Sims 4 is on Game Pass?
Yep.
David, I don't have 200 hours.
And he says Among Us is on Xbox and on Game Pass too.
I know he wants to play some Among Us. Has anybody ever heard? So I was looking for, because I'm absolutely ridiculously addicted to board games. There is a game that came out. It's free to play online, and you can also print the instructions out. So it's like a free to play board game, and it's Among Us, but in real life, and it's called Secret Hitler.
Oh, I've played a lot of Secret Hitler.
You've played it?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
It's super fun. I honestly like it better than Among Us.
Really?
Yeah.
It's highly, highly rated.
I actually, so back before Mike D moved away, I every now and then I would go to the McDonald's in Cloquet.
Yeah.
At like 2 a.m, it'd be like him, his cousin, and like 4 or 5 other people would just all be sitting around like a double table playing Secret Hitler in the McDonald's lobby at like 2 a.m.
Can you walk us through it really quick?
So basically what it is at the very beginning of the game, you secretly get dealt a card, right? You're either an ally, an Axis, or you're the Secret Hitler, right?
Okay.
So after you look at your card, everyone puts their heads down, and then all of the Axis people look up and acknowledge each other, but nobody among the Axis people knows who the Secret Hitler is. They just know that they're on the same team.
Got it.
So then there is a Chancellor and what's the other thing? There's basically 2 positions of power, right? The President and a Chancellor. So presidency goes around like in clockwise order, and then Chancellor is assigned to somebody by the previous Chancellor, basically. And so the president and the chancellor have to work together to pass laws. So there are Axis laws and allied laws. And so there's like tiles and stuff involved, but that's not super important. So then like so the point of the game is to try and figure out who the Axis people are and who the Secret Hitler is, right? So once 10 Axis laws get passed, the Axis team wins. If 10 allied laws get passed, the allied team wins. And then once so many laws are enacted, the president and the chancellor get like special powers. Like you can try and assassinate somebody. And if you kill the Secret Hitler, you automatically win as the allies. If you kill all the Axis people, you automatically win as the allies. But if you are Hitler and pass, if you are the Secret Hitler and the Chancellor and pass like the 7th thing or something, you automatically win. So there's actually like 3 different win scenarios. It's all the Axis, all the allies, or just Hitler can win.
Interesting.
You can make a Star Wars version called Secret Palpatine.
Yep.
And you'd basically be the Chancellor.
Yeah, Secret Sith.
Yeah, Secret Sith.
That's
that would be
funny.
fun.
Yep.
Also along with the vein of like I do want to try a D&D campaign. I was looking for like a good D&D game that wasn't voice activated because I like the voice activated one so much, and I couldn't find anything. So if anybody knows of anything where it's like I could just play a D&D style game.
So if there's a game that has this is a game that's just amazing on its own. It's called Divinity Original Sin 2.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Because it has a D&D mode in it where you can build games into it essentially. So like all the die roll are hidden essentially.
Yeah.
So it's just based on like your percent chance to hit and all that and blah, blah, blah. But it's crazy fun. So if you're looking for like a D&D-esque experience, so you can download custom campaigns that people have made. You can build your own campaign, which takes forever, or you can just play through the story, which is incredibly good.
That's cool. But I was checking out my Steam library and that was in there because I have it on Steam. And
it's super good. I think I actually had invited you to play or something at some point. And
we've played you, me, and actually guy who used to work at who plays it?
Utter.
No, but his girlfriend, his name was Megan, and then he was always really like.
Oh, Lee. That was several years ago that he had that girlfriend, but
right. Well, anyways, since then, she probably left him because we were playing Divinity, together. But we had played a couple. We'd gotten pretty far. We like got off the sunken ship, made it into the town, went from the town to the next area, and we went down, and we just got smoked by like 3 bugs. There was like these beetles around lava, and we got taken to Clapplebee's.
So Cam says it's an older game, but look into Icewind Dale.
Is that D&D style game?
That's what my guess would be. He also says Secret Hitler is awesome, which it is.
I want to, or don't clip it, but take a screenshot of Cam's recommendation. Thanks. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, so I want to try Secret Hitler too. That'd be kind of fun.
So yeah, it's so like some of the tricks you do is like so you so I can't remember the chancellor passes so many tiles to the president, I think, and then the president picks from their pile and the chancellor's pile or something. So like you have like, so let's say 3 Axis things get turned up. You'd be like, well, I only drew Axis once and I was given Axis once, so I didn't have a choice, even though you might have wanted them to be enacted. So like,
got it.
So there's some like weird, or not weird, but there's some cool interaction things where like you can try and set somebody up and be like, you could be an allied person and be like, well, I just don't trust this guy, so I'm going to pass him Axis policies. So everyone else doesn't trust him, type of thing.
You should read the reviews. They're crazy.
Okay.
They're crazy. So no, you know the other problem with board game addiction, right, Chris? Is I found so the boxes don't really have like good inserts for storing things. So I found some really good 3D printed plans to like print inserts for my video game or my board game boxes.
Nice.
It looks super cool. But Wingspan, like I said, I keep talking about it. It's on Steam and it's just absolutely stunning on Steam. It's so good. And it made me happy. Do you know every rendition of my computer I've doubled my RAM. So my MacBook had 4. And then I think my last computer I built, like the Stream Machine, has 8. Then my laptop, my gaming laptop I bought to run VR has 16. Then when I built the machine that blew up, it had 32, but then I updated it to 64. But I don't really need 64. 32 is actually probably enough. But I can't believe the new machines that you procured has 128 gigs.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Insanity.
But that specific scenario, it's nice because you can like, that's where all the rendered video goes to, right? Does it slap it in RAM?
It assists it, so your processor still, uses all of it, but then the RAM and your graphics card work together to like boost that essentially.
Got it. MacBook, I was talking about.
I was like, this thing has 20 gigs of RAM, but that's because I slapped one of my 8 gig sticks in here. I think it had 12.
Yeah. Funny story. My laptop's video card, my MacBook, has 256 megabytes of video RAM storage. That's my laptop, my MacBook, which I still use. It sits on my desk at work. It is from 2009.
Dang.
She old.
But it runs great.
She's old.
It runs good. I can't. So I wanted to play Wingspan at work. I was working nights the other night. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to see if it runs on this. And I looked at Wingspan and it says it only requires 4 gigs of actual RAM. So I was like, this actually might work because I used to play Half-Life 2, the orange box on that PC. Anyways, so it lets me download Steam, but when I run Steam and it tries to run the updater, the at work internet will not let you to connect to Microsoft or anything Xbox related, and it will not let you connect to Steam. So I was like, oh, that's great. I'll just run a VPN and it won't know because I used to have, I'm on the router that's down here, I used to have OpenVPN and it would let me run, I would connect to my home, private VPN. It would just connect to my home computer and then I could run anything I wanted to do on my work computer. So I was like, oh, I don't have that anymore. So Proton VPN is one I've heard is amazing, and it's free. You can pay for it, but there's a free version that works really great. I'd need it for like 100 megabytes. So I was like, oh, I'll download Proton VPN. So I download Proton VPN so I can update Steam so I can slack off. And hey now, Kara. So
somebody's got a bougie, cushy job.
What are you talking about, Kara Ruth?
I can't play video games at my work.
You could if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Bad enough.
If I wanted to lose my job.
Just tell your patient, hey, do you really want me to clean your teeth? Do you want to bleed? No, you don't. You sit there.
And then the doctor comes in after 45 minutes, looks in their mouth, and is like, did you do anything?
Be like,
You decided not to, is what you say.
Yeah, be like, it was like this when I found it.
Their mouth, their choice. So
I downloaded Proton VPN and then I double click it and it was like, oh, you need to update. I'm at 10.11. You need to be on 10.12 in order to play it. And so Mac names all their stupid stuff. So it was like leopard and then snow leopard and then it went to national park. So it's El Capitan and then it went to, so I have El Capitan.
Like Yosemite is one, isn't it?
And then Yosemite is one. I think it was Yosemite and then El Capitan. And then it goes to Sierra. Then it goes to High Sierra. And then it goes, anyways, I'm like 9 OSs behind.
Dang.
And
as a side note, High Sierra is Ryan's favorite OS.
Baloney.
No, I'm making a joke.
I got it now. I got it now.
What?
Hi, Sierra.
Hi, Sierra.
Take that, Ryan.
Oh, he probably just rage quit. He probably just broke his farm sim steering wheel. He's so mad right now.
Anyway, continue your story.
So anyway, so my VPN wouldn't work, so then I never got to play Wingspan at work because of stupid.
It's a work-related game. It's about wings.
Yeah, exactly.
So Swanky says he's got 32 gigs of RAM on his gaming laptop.
Way to go, Swanky.
Then Cam had mentioned a bit ago, if you want a really good board game, look into Memoir 44.
Ooh.
I took a screenshot of that already.
And then Gabe said he ordered more RAM for his unit.
I love everybody. Ooh, gaming PCs were such a bunch of nerds.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you miss streaming though, Kara?
I do. I had fun. I was sad last week.
And actually,
when you
Mr. Chip is
destroy your
sad.
car. Or computer.
So you know the wand light? We had 2, Chris, that we'd run.
Yeah.
Well, Chip's favorite thing on the face of the planet, he'd crawl over there, climb up them, and then he turns them on and off. And he would sit and turn those things on for an hour straight.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Yep.
Then he would like twist the knob. He loves buttons and dials. So he would
Nice.
sit there and he would like turn it up and down and hit the button. And then the best part about it is her mom didn't know how to shut them on and off. And it's a little funny.
Your mom didn't know how to shut
It's a
them
little
off.
funny that Chip could turn them on, but then adults can't figure out how to turn
Well,
them
that's
on.
the rule. The younger people know how technologies works.
Apparently, the younger, the easier it comes, I guess.
Right? Little 10-month-old's like, oh, I got this.
I can't wait until he's old enough to help set stuff up down here.
Right? So then the other joke, too, is if we ever lose anything along the house, just wait, because if you lose something, Chip will find it.
Yep.
Because he finds everything.
Yep.
And so we made this balloon garland over here. He's almost bougie. And
It was his first birthday. Of course he's going to get a balloon garland.
Throw them all away. And so I popped all the balloons. And what happened is chunks of rubber went everywhere. And I thought I got everyone. And then today I was watching him and he walked over with a chunk of balloon rubber in his hand. And it was like, no. So I had to throw that away. But if you get down to his level and if you actually lay and put your head on the ground, you can see a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you do realize, like, oh yeah, I can see actually what's out of place and what's not.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That picture you sent me of him sitting at this chair, like
He
with his
looked so
hands up.
sad at the moment I took it.
Yeah, he was like,
which
just
one?
looked like he's like
show
the
you.
reality of being a year old is like sunk in, and he's like, oh my god.
Oh, I don't know how he's a year old. It should be impossible.
Just think, he'll be 18 soon.
I know.
You shut your dirty mouth.
And then even coming down here, he got a John Deere Duplo for his birthday, and he, wanted to play with it. So
I changed his diaper at home and I took it away for a couple seconds just to change his diaper. Instant waterworks, like snot, crying, screaming, just angry that I was changing his diaper. And I as soon as I was done, just gave it right back and
So I took
he wants to play farming sim.
I guess so, Kara. See, it's all full circle. So I took him out to the car, Chris. He clutched it the whole drive here.
That's awesome.
Yep, we got to my mom's to drop him off, and
So that's his prized possession right now?
that is his prized possession right now.
The other thing he got that he loves is a stuffed, like a little toy fish,
Oh, this thing's
little
hilarious.
stuffed animal thing. And you turn it on, and its tail just goes, voo, 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 voo. And it just like, it wiggles. And so Chip holds onto it, and he'll hold it up to his face, and the tail go, poof, poof.
So then he got mad, and he bit it. And so the tail isn't moving, so then the body starts going, hoo, 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 hoo. It's hilarious.
We have video of him giggling while holding it. It's hilarious. That fish is the best.
It looks like a cat toy, but it's marketed to babies.
Yeah, it's probably about like this big.
Maybe babies and cats just need the same things.
They do.
They
really
probably do.
They're
It's so, that
bougie.
fish is hilarious. I love it so much. It's the funniest thing.
But yeah, when he puts it up to his face, it just smacks, or like it just close enough. The wind will like make him like blink, and he just smiles. And
It doesn't hit him hard. Like, it's just a really weak,
Yeah, Child Protective Services throw up. No, it was the fish.
it was
right? Bruised eyes and everything.
Broken nose.
Well, any last chat we want to catch up on for the evening? We're just about to wrap up.
I think that's pretty much it. I guess we won't get to the biggest fast food fails of all time, but maybe next week.
No, were you good?
So okay. We don't know exactly what's happening next
don't.
week. We're definitely, this isn't happening. Kara and Jeremy are not going to be here on
Do you
Saturday.
want to do live on Friday
Is Friday
So
Christmas
we-
Eve?
or Thursday? Live on Thursday.
We'll figure it out off stream and let people know in the Discord and stuff.
Yep.
But
I feel like we should go live. The other option for everyone is we just record it like an old episode and then put it out.
Would people
Yeah.
want to watch? Because I don't think, unless Chris has plans on.
nope. My holiday plans are Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So what I was thinking of doing is, like, if we wanted to, we could just pre-record an episode like on Thursday or something, and then I could air it through OBS, and then we could just hang out and chat. So like wherever you guys are, if you want to just jump in and jump out a little bit and just see what people are up to.
So let us know in Discord what you think. So Swanky, Cam, Gabe, whoever. But it could be fun to go live on like Thursday then.
So, but yeah, so we'll just we'll figure that out. But yeah, so next Saturday night, who knows what's going on? Maybe I'll play a game on the stream or something.
Hey, there you could always do that too.
So-
Chris just plays Farm Sim.
Yep, I'm gonna log 168 hours of farm sim next week.
Amazing.
So
Why does
anyway.
it look at how much better she looks with a hat on than I do.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We are live every Saturday night except for Christmas night at 7 p.m. Central on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for joining us there. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a new video. If you're listening to the audio version of this, why not watch it on YouTube and get it like a couple days earlier? Even though it is pretty convenient listening to the audio only one, we'd love to have you come and check us out in sort of person. Also, you can join us when we're streaming live Saturday nights on twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. All of those are incredible options. Thank you guys all for joining us. Hanging out with you guys is our best part of our week. Thank you so much for watching, and of course,
May the holidays be with you.